Hello, this is Joseph, and today we're going to be looking at problem 3 in our textbook on page 351. And it states, consider the network shown in figure 12.13, which is the figure I have drawn. It reflects the path lunch carts can take through the downtown Raja area during the lunch rush, from the napkin supplier to a compost pile. Figure A, or problem A, states, if you send 9 lunch carts along the capacity 9 edge from the source, can they simultaneously reach the sink? And in this diagram, A is our source. So we start with 9, which I have circled, and from here we see B can put out 5 and it can put out 2 here. So it can't do this simultaneously because we can only put 5 and 2 out at the same time. Thus, we have 2 left over. Can't be done. Now we'll look at problem B. It says, find a flow that sends a dozen lunch carts from the source to the sink at the same time. So once again, I have the figure drawn. A is our start and E is our end. So I'm going to start with 7 here. And from 7, we have a 5 and a 2 split, which can be done. And our 5, if we follow it, goes to 4, which maxes out this pipe. And then we can send 1 down here, and our 2 is carried down here as well. So from this point, we have a 2 and a 1. We send a 1 over, and we can send 2 down. And then from here, we can send 2 across to reach our end. And then we'll handle this 1 here. This 1 can come here, and this 4 comes down to here. Now let's look at the other part of our 12, which is 5. So from our start, we send 5 down here. We can easily send 5 across this pipe. And now we're at this point where we have a 1 coming to it, a 5, and a 4. And that adds up to 10. So we send 10 down to our endpoint. And 10 and 2 is 12, so we do not have loss in this diagram. Finally, we'll look at question C. It says, starting with the flow you just derived, can you identify any paths with unused capacity along which additional lunch carts can be sent? And looking at this diagram, it looks like we have 2 right here that we can do this with. And the problem continues to state, by how many can you increase the total flow in this fashion? So we increase this by 2. We can increase this by 2 because the capacity is 8 here. And we can increase this to 2 and max out this capacity here for 12. So that would up us to 14. And that concludes this screencast.